Good afternoon, Your Honor. I am Karen Fruge, prosecution attorney for the Department of Justice. Your Honor, this case is very straightforward. The defendants, Mr. Abe, Ms. Betty, and Mr. Carl, are charged with possession and selling of narcotics. Here's the bag of cocaine. Your Honor, the Fourth Amendment protects people's rights to privacy in their person, homes, documents, and effects against arbitrary searches and seizures. The Fourth Amendment automobile exception, on the other hand, permits an officer to conduct a warrantless search of a vehicle if they have reasonable cause to believe that the vehicle contains evidence of a crime. Here, the defendants were in a car suspiciously parked in front of a closed business, and the officer saw white powder on the mat of the car and had doubt that it was cocaine. Hence, an immediate search without a warrant was conducted under the rule of vehicle search based on probable cause, and soon a bag of cocaine was seized from the console, and the Fourth Amendment was followed to its spirit. The bag of cocaine was seized from the car, and the defendants were arrested. And while they were in the car, all the rules of search and seizure followed here. Hence, the bag of cocaine is admissible evidence against the defendants. Your Honor, Your Honor, all three of these defendants were immediately arrested by the officer for the possession of narcotics, and the Miranda rights were read to them. The Fifth Amendment, protection against self-incrimination, and the Sixth Amendment, right to counsel, provide the basis for these cautions. On the way, Officer Day asked a simple question. It wasn't interrogatory at all, to Abe, unrelated to this crime, which was, so you have a hipster university sticker on your car. Are you a student? And Abe replied, yes, it's so hard to finish all my work if I don't use that cocaine to stay awake and stay focused. So for two reasons, Abe's confession is admissible. First, he had already been Mirandized, and Abe made his confession within 6 hours voluntarily. Secondly, the nature of the question was not interrogatory at all. Further, it can be safely presumed that he had the right to remain silent, and by answering the questions, he had waived his Miranda rights and Sixth Amendment rights voluntarily. In support, I give this citation in Burgess versus Thompson, 560 U.S. 370. A waiver may be implied from oral statements or may be inferred from the fact that a suspect eventually confesses to the police. So, Abe's statement was admissible evidence against the defendants. Your Honor, later in jail, an undercover officer was placed in Carl's cell, and he asked Carl about the cocaine dealer, where Carl replied Betty's involvement in the sale of the drugs. Here, for the purpose of Miranda and the Fifth Amendment, Miranda warnings are not required by an undercover officer placed in the cell. So, Carl's confession to the police is admissible evidence against defendants. It does not violate his Miranda and Fifth Amendments. Your Honor, after adversary judicial criminal proceedings have begun, the Sixth Amendment prohibits law enforcement from intentionally eliciting incriminating information from an accused person without the presence of defense counsel. So, in my opinion, deliberate elicitation for the purpose of the Sixth Amendment has not been violated, and all accused have already invoked their right to counsel. And in the cell, Carl answered the question of the undercover agent voluntarily, and it shows that he presumed that he was waived. We presume that he has waived his right under the Sixth Amendment while giving such information, even though the situation at hypos not clear whether he has in fact waived his Sixth Amendment right, and if not, then deliberate elicitation can be suppressed. In light of all the main evidence present in Esther's trial, the bag of cocaine and the confession of Abe and Carl, The prosecution has proved all charges beyond a reasonable doubt against all three of these defendants. The prosecution rests its case and requests that these defendants be punished in accordance with the law. Thank you.